What's up gamers, this is YuBan with a Mechabellum Replay Commentary. Today we are going to showcase a headbutt game where we fell behind in tempo very early on in the game, and then talk about our thought process behind formulating a comeback, and let's see if we can truly make a comeback. Our opponent is a 2100 MMR player playing cost control spec, starting with Sledge and Hounds, while we chose the aerial spec with Steel Balls and Crawler. This is such a strong opening pack in this current meta against Sabertooth and Tarantulas. However, we are facing our arch nemesis, vertical sledgehammers. Our thought process this game was, I wanted to play Wraith and Steel Balls. I just lost the game to somebody playing this composition, and it's one of my favorite things to play, so we went for it. Our placement, you'll see that we went for asymmetrical, leaving 7 spaces in between the 2 packs of Steel Balls. I feel like that's enough space for them to still target the same pack of units while being far apart enough that they arrive a little bit at different times and they don't get locked on to the same units too easily. In this case, you're going to see the power of these vertical sledgehammers. They lock on to everything right away. Well, they force our Steel Balls to get locked onto everything right away. And because we didn't buy any chaff clear unit in this first round, we were just stuck shooting on crawlers. And us, we get a tower debuff from our opponent. Even the Hounds can make very short work of our Steel Balls. So not exactly the start I was hoping for, playing asymmetrical aggro with Steel Balls. Round 2 reinforcement, I was already going to drop a Wraith this round already. So when I saw the mass-produced Wraith, I thought, you know what's better than 1 Wraith? 2 Wraiths. I've never picked this card before, but in this case I thought, maybe our aerial spec stats buff can help us balance out what we lost. And opponent is also cost control, so maybe our Wraith can... the debuff from picking the mass-produced Wraith wouldn't be so bad. I put 1 pack right next to our Steel Balls to assist in the chaff clear for this right side of army, and then I put another pack, another Wraith on the left side to stop this early debuff from happening. So it seems like we're able to stop the debuff. However, the 2 packs of Phoenix that our opponent picked up on round 2 made really short work of our mass-produced Wraith. It would be amazing if our Wraith here can clean up the rest of the Phoenix and get some experience here. Doesn't seem like it. However, we were able to stabilize a bit and only lose 200 HP. Round 3, I got very greedy with when I saw this absorption module. I should have picked up the missile spec. As we can see, we can probably missile out both of these packs of Phoenix and grab some much needed early game tempo. Instead, I was dreaming about carry Wraith, so we got range, put the absorption module on our right side Wraith, facing the 2 Phoenixes, and then from here we just put 2 more packs of crawlers in the front, trying to lock up the Phoenix a little bit for our Steel Balls and crawlers, late arriving crawlers, to come in here and distract the Phoenix. My ultimate hope here is to get some levels on my Wraith, so even the sledgehammers will not be such a problem to lock up our Wraith. You can see the left side here, our opponent buffed up his chaff and added one more pack of Phoenix. And that made easy work of our level 1 mass-produced raid. Now with a unfortunate tower timing, even our absorption module Wraith just got taken down. Round 4 reinforcement. Opponent immediately grabs Farseers, a super versatile pack of units, really strong against Wraith with the anti-air spec and burst mode. For us, we were thinking, crap, I need a way to take care of these Phoenixes, and I need it right now. So we picked the Mustangs because we are thinking about selling out of our balls, abandoning our dream, and switching over to Fortress AA and play potentially this Fortress Mustang composition that takes a long time to get online. However, once online, I'm pretty confident that will be the perfect composition to take down everything our opponent has. Unfortunately, we're able to only grab one fortress with one AA, so unlock 200, 400 unit, 200 tech. We place one pack of Mustang next to the tower here because we don't mind this guy arriving later to the battlefield. More so, I care more about the protection against a early tower debuff. With the right side, I'm not too worried about it because we already have multiple packs of crawlers, and I think some of these guys will still turn if our opponent places any units in the back corner. In situations like this, I'm very aware of losing another round to a cheese play from our opponent getting our tower early, because our opponent has so much tempo and such an advantage against our unit composition. If we lose to tower timing in 1 to 2 rounds, the game would be over. Versus at this point, we are doing everything we can to prolong the game because we know if we stick it out, we can potentially win the game. You can see a very nice first AA barrage salvo killing both level 1 Phoenixes on the left side. And from here, you're going to see our fortress is going to easily grab a early level on the same round that it dropped. Just from killing these 2 packs of Phoenixes. It would be lovely if we can kill this third one to reduce the damage taken. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, barely. This one Phoenix staying alive with 1 HP. And just like that, we are down to 1800 HP. Round 5, Super Supply Enhancement. Here I had a few good options. I could have gone for Missile Strike. I could have gone for Tank Production to buff up our Fortress. However, I know our opponent is going to grab the Super Supply Enhancement. As famous StarCraft 2 commentators Artosis and Tasteless always say, when you are ahead, just get more ahead. So our opponent, I would say it's a very smart move to not rush the game and try to close it out. Instead, build on the advantage that he already had and grab this very, very good reinforcement card. So we took a risk. We knew that we needed every single fortress we can get in this round to be able to help us stabilize and take less damage. But we also know if we don't take the super supply, there is a very slim chance that we can stay in this game much longer. With our limited supply, after grabbing this card, we're able to grab one more level 1 fortress, putting on the left side, targeting this pack of Phoenix. And you can see that by taking out the Phoenix early, seems like our Wraiths are actually staying alive for a little bit longer. In this... Oh, on the same round, our opponent ended up grabbing the Farseer Burst Mode. The newly buffed tech, made cheaper, and it's very powerful. You can see that opponent easily take down our level 2 fortress, taking us down to 500 health. The earliest wave 2 unit drop in our case, because we had one on round 4, so round 6 unit drop, both of us grabbing the level 2 Raiden. I wanted to get rid of these sledgehammers ASAP. That's why I grabbed the Raiden. While our opponent grabbed the Raiden and put it right in front, trying to tank some of these anti-air barrage. So, but it seems like our opponent put it right next to the Phoenixes. So I wonder if our anti-air barrage would still be able to hit the Phoenix in the back. Let's find out. From here, now we are starting to get rich. We didn't have the initial investment cost from last round. We're able to grab another level on this fortress that we dropped last round. We decided to focus our fire on the left side, seeing that there is only one Phoenix here, and at the time it was a little less reinforced. And then put down oil on the right side, hoping to slow down this entire corner back here, worth of probably 700 supplies worth of units. Opponent grabbed the missile strike, gunning down the Mustangs. At this point, I really didn't care about the Mustangs. They were doing not much at all in every single round. Just running forward, and they're basically chaffs. We are realizing our Wraith they're doing a good job staying right next to the fortress, so they're staying alive quite well. And then we just grabbed a fortress Wraith combo in this far left corner, trying to push into that tower. You can see our anti-air barrage did a lot of damage. Just from two fortress, landing on the level 2 Wraith and took it to below half health. With that, we're able to easily take down the left side of the army, but not before this level 2 Farseer just absolutely erased our level 1 fortress and now the Wraith. Look at that. That is crazy power. Very nice tower timing, allowing us to kill this one Farseer on the left side. But now the scary part. The right side, we're still tower debuffed. And right before the debuff went down, opponent's Farseer was able to take down both of our units. And look at that health. We're down to 36 health. At this point, even though we're this close to death's door, I thought, okay, we survived. Now we win. For some reason, I just had intuition that by surviving this round, because our board is starting to come online, we're getting levels on our fortress. And I thought, hey, burst mode is great, but it doesn't deal that kind of overpowering damage like a war factory or a melter, especially when we have a level 3 and a level 2 fortress. That's going to be really hard to take down. So let's get this barrier up. Let's complete our quad combo of the classic composition Fortress Wraith. And we picked up another absorption module and slapped it onto the level 3 fortress. I would have loved to level this guy up too, but we didn't have the chance. Meanwhile, our opponent just reinforced his army with more chaff, getting more Raidens on the right side, trying to tank and shield for the Phoenixes, and then shuffled his backline Farseer to the middle. Very smart, allowing this guy to be in the action right away. And lastly, opponent grabbed the electromagnetic shot, thinking, I think, to turn off our anti-air barrage. and the range enhancement. If opponent can shut off our anti-air barrage, there is no way that we can deal with the Raidens with just 2 packs of Mustangs, 1 Raiden, and some Wraiths. So very smart tech, and we got very lucky with the timing of our barrier tech. So let's see how this round goes with our crazy headbutt setup. I've never seen a board like this. Opponent also grabbed a missile. I also grabbed a missile, initially trying to missile out this pack of hounds because the opponent only has hounds for chaff clear. You can see without the Farseer on the right side, our newly reinforced right side army actually pushes through with both of the barriers still intact, while the left side is facing a very strong Farseer army. Let's see if our level 3 fortress with absorption module can stay alive. We just need to lock onto something juicy and meaty. And what a tower timing, look at that. Perfect tower timing to help our level 3 fortress stay alive, and we're able to even take down a anti-missile device. So -100 to our opponent. This is our first round win in round 7 of this entire game. So now from here, we're feeling pretty good. Okay, we're clawing back. And our round 8 reinforcement drops a orbital javelin. This is a must pick against this kind of army that we both have. Medium units in terms of Wraith and Raiden, and opponent has Farseer and Raiden, so both are just fantastic orbital javelin targets. I chose to go for this left side corner here because 1, we noticed the left side was losing in that previous round. We wanted a little help, and 2, we did not pick up the redeployment card earlier. So I feel like if we were to target this most obvious pack, maybe the level 3 Farseer, our opponent would have just simply moved this guy maybe further back, a few tiles back, to avoid the javelin. I didn't care about this front-facing Raiden because it just dies so fast to our level 3 Raiden. And here I leveled the Raiden. I wanted to get the level 2 defense enhancement to get this guy over 70,000. But I thought maybe that would have been a throw because it wouldn't be that useful outside of that scenario. With our so we just simply beaconed this pack back a little bit, thinking this is the juiciest target, even though this guy has a lot of health. If our opponent takes down the Wraith and the Raiden, this guy would be stuck shooting on chaff anyway. Did not anticipate opponent to go for this right side guy here, as we did level it up to level 2 to avoid being one-shotted by the javelin. And as a reinforcement or a insurance policy, I put down another fortress on the right side here, recognizing that if our opponent targets either one of these packs, I still want something here to slow down the push and delay any potential tower debuff. Lastly, we just grabbed a pack of Wasp in the middle here to lock up the Raiden and to lock up the Farseer. While our opponent went for the oil on the right side, javelin on the right, and then going for ionization. This is a fantastic pairing with the Farseer DPS. As ionization, the only flaw is the Raidens will have a hard time finishing up units. So let's see how the javelins work out. Okay, we took out this entire left side pack of Raiden and level 2 Farseer, leaving just a few packs of hounds left behind. Can this allow us to push through the corner? It seems like the right side, despite losing our Wraith early on, the sheer power of our fortress with shields, which is way too much, way too powerful. Is this enough to finish the game? Boom. Very fortunate finish. Opponent got us down to 36 HP, winning every single round from round 1 to round 6. But we were able to claw our way back from round 7 and finish the game in round 8. Our line of thinking in this game was the only DPS at the time our opponent had was Phoenixes. Besides that, he had Hounds and he had Sledgehammers, both of which would do really poorly into leveled Fortress. So we took the tempo loss, unlocked our own Fortress on round 3 or 4 to grab I think on round 4 to grab an anti-air barrage to start getting the levels and start taking care of these cost control Phoenixes. Once we got about 1 Fortress per pack of Phoenix, we felt pretty good. And that's when our opponent grabbed Farseer with burst mode, recognizing that our opponent just got 2 units of very similar function. I found the Phoenix and the Farseer single target DPS, but they're really good against medium-sized units, and not so good against really tanky units like the Fortress. We eventually grabbed the Barrier, and I would say this tech was the turning point of our comeback, stopping our opponent's EM shot from hitting our Fortress early on, and allowing our AA Barrage to just take down all the level 1 Raidens with ease. So that was probably the most intense comeback I've ever experienced. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. Until next time.